Todler of Duty because you can't say teabag in Call of Duty. You just can't. Okay? Like, let me just kind of show you guys what I mean. So let's make a channel. We'll say Reaper's MMG here, right? And we're just type in teabag. Okay? And looky there, it gets starred out. Okay? I mean, there's a plethora of words that you can use. Literally, like, this, or this, or this, right? Or, I'm not going to put the rest of the word, but you guys get the point there. It's literally beginning with that on the next bit, right? That you could use literally, I'm going to spell it the wrong way here, guys, but you guys know what I mean. Right? You get the meaning, right, behind it. You could use that. You could type in literally this, or this is the only word I don't think I can't spell correctly, but I might. But you can use that. Okay? You could use a plethora of actual cuss words, right, as actual cuss words, but then literally like this or that, right? Let me give you a hint, right? Literally, something you use to boil in hot water to make something called this cannot be said. Okay? It just can't. Basically, a tea bag, right? Which in Call of Duty forum is when you sit there and you crouch spam on someone, literally teabagging them, or you shoot their body, you know, stuff like that. It's called body shooting. It is a form of like saying, hey, I'm better than you, right? But also a teabag is something you use to literally steep into hot water. I should say boiling water. And you pull it out after a certain amount of time. Then you fill up a pitcher of ice cold water about halfway. You put in your sugar, right, which I use about a half a cup. Some people prefer a full cup of sugar, right? You put that in, you stir it till the sugar's all dissolved, and then you pour your hot tea into the ice water to help cool that tea down a little bit, and then you store it in the fridge, right? And the reason for the ice water is to make sure, you know, you don't like melt the pitcher, right? So you use that to help cool it down. And then you stick it into the fridge and let it cool off. But literally, tea bag cannot be said. Even in, like, I believe I used it like this right here. I went boom, boom, like that. And, like, different iterations, right? When I'm talking to this dude. Because I was running... Hold on, I'll show you what I was running, guys. It was this, okay? But I put the right shield on my back, ran with the knife in my hand, and I was just throwing knifing, right? And when I died and respawned, this would go right back to my back, pull the knife to my hand, and continue, okay? And this dude started teabagging me. So I decided to drop a nuke on him. But too bad I waited a little too late to do it, so I was one kill off as the match ended. But I switched out to my other gun, which is actually my Evo right here, this gun, which is this setup right here, okay? Very good setup. I pulled it and literally was one kill off a nuke on him. That's how bad he was. But I decided to come over and, you know, do a little bit of trash talking. So I'll show you guys the trash talking. And so this dude would be like, what are you talking about? I had to send 3 different messages, or 4, because I had to figure out how to say teabag without it starring it the fuck out. So, right here, Fine East King 420. Okay? He hasn't replied back yet, but it's like, don't teabag a throwing knife only when you need meta weapons. I switched to an SMG just to set you down. You should uninstall. Have a good day / night. My second message was, teabag, I guess, with a different iteration where I done the commas and stuff. I guess is cussing for COD, lol. After I switched, I was one kill off a nuke, XD. right? And then I had to literally do another message, which is the final message I'm going to send the dude, T, then like the little apostrophe, then space, and I had to put in 8 to resemble a B, and then AG, right? 8 is a B. This way he knows like to rearrange the 8 to be a B, so he knows I'm saying teabag. Guess that word must be cussing. Lol. Right? Teabag is not a cuss word, guys. It's nowhere near it. That's why this right now, this video is being called Todler of Duty. Because technically, Call of Duty now has become a set of misfit bands of toddlers who think just any word could be a cuss word and iterate it out of the game and make it star. Teabag. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other words that people use for food or something like that can be thrown into the game and they get started out as cuss words. I bet. Right? I can't sit down and test them all because I don't know them all. I'd have to go and look up on the niches and stuff and figure out what could be said that also could sound like a cuss word, or maybe someone might try and take as a cuss word and then try to put it to the game, right? I'm not going to sit here and do that. But literally Toddler of Duty, okay? You cannot say teabag in the game. I wonder. This makes me actually wonder. If I go to Grimm's and SMG, let's try typing in teabag, like the actual freaking drink, right? Oh my god. Bro, this cannot get any worse. Literally a freaking type of drink now. Literally teabag. The thing you steep in boiling water. A pot, or even, what is that thing called? It's like the little thing you take top off of, stick tea bags into it, put the thing onto it, and when it whistles, it lets you know that the tea's done. You pull it, you actually pull the tea bags out and pour it into a cup, and then mix up your sugar, right? You can't even use tea bag, which is the thing you get at a store. Oh my god. Activision. Treyarch. The other two. Actually, I think there's 5. So, other 3 developers in this game. What the fuck are you guys thinking? I gave you guys credibility on the vest. The new vest coming is a W. But then now you're going to have to take an L because someone can't even use a simple, regular, everyday word, even especially some people in England. Hey, bro, I had to go to the store to buy a tea bag. Oh, but I can't say tea bag. So now it's going to look like I said pussy or dick or tits or boobs or any other word that is a cuss word that could be describing any type of male or female. Or maybe you could have said shit. Like, oh, I went to my toilet to go get shit. But you know what? I was out, so I had to go to the store to pick up a steaming hot, fresh bag of shit. Right? Because you can't use tea bag. Boys. This is kind of sad. As a development team. I can't even use a grocery store thing in a game. Teabag. Okay? And teabag isn't like I'm saying intercourse now, is it? No, it's not. Okay? Teabag is not me saying a standard performing porn or pornography. Right? No. Activision and all the other development teams, I cannot literally say teabag. Like the actual TEA space BAG. Hence the very last one down there got starred out. Right? And look. T bag. Okay? Literally the store object that you will buy to steep in boiling water to make yourself a nice cup of tea or pitcher of tea. And it cannot be used. Literally get starred out. Just think of that for a second. The actual drink, well, the thing that is used to perform, to make the drink, right? I can't even type in Call of Duty. Like, if you literally want to say teabag, like the Call of Duty term, you actually have to type in T8AG, right? To make it actually say teabagging. It'll work. But every other iteration of any type of teabag will not work. I can still use that slang, God. Like, for instance, I could do, and I bet you that would work. Nope, it doesn't. So how is that not going to work there? But bag with an 8 works. Yeah, it's definitely Toddler of Duty. And I do mean a double behind it. You guys act like you're 6 years old, okay? Because I can't even write a grocery store object into the chat. And your actual soaring player base you're so proud about is not really that soaring. It's only a few thousand members compared to... You can literally go look at a game that's way older than this one, or any other game of Call of Duty except for a couple, which is, we'll say the OG MW3. But there's a game called DayZ. It's been out for nearly 10 years now, and it has a larger player base. I'm pretty sure Fortnite has a larger player base, and I don't even like Fortnite. But I got to give them some credibility there for building a bigger player base. Battlefield has a higher player base. And they lie straight to your face with, it's more realistic, there's bullet drop. But yet I can take out a 50 cal sniper 200 meters away, get a perfect headshot, because you can see the tracer round go right into the helmet, and just get a hit marker. They should be dead. Okay? That game has a higher player base than Call of Duty, especially MW3. And then you like to put out an email, this game is big, it has more members playing actively, but actually, to be honest, it's actually having a lower player base than the OG MW3, the OG MW2, the OG Modern Warfare, which is Call of Duty Modern Warfare, okay, had a way higher player base than these games, but you're yet proud of these games that have a lower player base, saying it's soaring. Oh boy. That is quite a big yikes. SBMM hasn't actually been handled yet, even though you guys made a small little post about it saying you're supposed to be tweaking some things, but you haven't. Then you also never wanted to actually talk about SBMM, and I wonder why. There's probably some shady practices going on that, could get you sued, could get you shut down, possibly, so you don't want to open your mouth about it. And you're trying to be hush-hush, because the only time anyone in the world has something that comes out, it's already in your game, but you don't want to talk about it, is because it has something going on that should not be there, that could get you in some legal obligations. Okay, like, straight up, that's... Yeah. Yikes. If you guys haven't seen it yet, go check out my communities tab. I added some more stuff this morning for like some quizzes and stuff for you guys. But my very first quiz actually has something that will be very knowledgeable and inspiring to you guys. It's inspirational. Just go take the quiz and you'll see why the correct answer is the correct answer it is. And you can do some research around the area to see that I am right. But go ahead and take all my quizzes too, because I put up like I think 5 of them. And it's not like a 10-page quiz. It's just like one quiz per thing. It's just something new YouTube is doing. And some people got it early as other people are starting to get it as it rolls out. But go ahead and take a look. I gave you guys some quizzes. Go look at some answers. And yeah, enjoy. But, what is Call of Duty thinking? As a whole development team. Hold on. I actually can look this up. And I'm going to tell you every development branch that was on this game alone. Okay? And how messed up it is. Give me 1 sec. Okay. Let's go search it. Alright, you guys ready for it? There's 4 development teams in one game. Okay? We have Treyarch. Next is Infinity Ward. Next after that is Sledgehammer Games. And the ones after that is Raven Software is the last one. Alright? We'll read it again. Treyarch, Infinity Ward, Sledgehammer Games, and Raven Software. 4 different development branch teams. That's more developers in one game, okay, that created this game when you had less in the OG Call of Duties, right? Go back to MW3, the OG, not this one, but the OG, right? Only had like what, two different branches. I think it was like you would see Treyarch and Infinity Ward pop up on them, right? But Infinity Ward was like just a couple things, maybe a couple camos. The main development team would be like Treyarch or whatever, right? But let's be honest, right? This time they had 4 teams: Treyarch, Infinity Ward, Sledgehammer Games, and Raven Software. Not only did they delay and turn it into a full game instead of the DLC it was going to be, again, more members, and delayed. It should have been way faster. If you have 4 different teams, 10 people per team, that's still 10, 20, 40 people working on one game, right? Yes, I get code. You have to go through, make sure you, like, you know, don't make any mistakes. But you have 40 people. That's 40 different eyes. Actually, more than that, because it's actually 80 different eyes, because everyone has 2. Okay? And 80 different hands working on one game. And we get this compared to only 20 hands on the OG Call of Duty. Literally every year dropped a Call of Duty. 20 hands. Okay, it's probably more than that, but this is just an example, right? Let's say, like, each time they only do 10 people at a time, right? 20 hands working on, oh, it's 10 people, 20 hands, because everyone has 2 hands, right? Working on a Call of Duty from Modern Warfare 2 to Modern Warfare 3 on the OGs in 1 year and created a way better game than 80 hands in 1 year can do. What is this bullshit? I'm sorry, at 80 hands, that's double the work, should be half the time. If it takes you 12 months to work with 20 hands, it should only take you 6 months to work with 80 hands. Actually, 24, nah. It should take you like 3 months, okay? To produce something with that many fucking teams on it at one time. More people equals less time. You just have to pay more people. That just tells me everyone in every one of those studios was lazy. Alright? And maybe they aren't even hiring actual, like, college grad degree students either. Let's be honest. They probably was like, you know, this dude just passed, like, kindergarten, man. He can work on it. Right? A freaking infant is working these games right now. And not to mention people that get butt hurt, right? Way too easy nowadays. Let's be honest. You could throw one word out there, right? That wouldn't get you canceled in the past. Now can get you canceled. Okay? For instance, like, I don't know. The R word now. Used to as someone actually was and you called it out, nothing happened. No backlash. Apart from the dude being like, oh, okay, let me, I need to actually go back to school, right? But now if you use that R word, instead of that happening, it's, yo, bruh, he said the R word, man. And then your entire thing takes an L. Alright? Same as, like, for instance, there's 2 words I used in this video, gay and lesbian, right? That now, if you use either of those words and someone in that area gets offended, you get canceled. But realistically and logically, you're just telling the truth. Okay? If someone is gay, that's a man that likes a man. If someone is lesbian, that's a woman who likes a woman. Alright? Nothing wrong with that. But if I'm like, this dude is, and then drops the word, well, I'm canceled. Because he decides to be butthurt and offended instead of just actually standing up like, yeah, yes I am. Okay? And that is so wrong. Alright? If you feel like you're in the wrong and you have to cancel me because you feel ashamed, then that's not who you are. Anyone that gets called something, and if it is true, and you really are that, you will not get offended at it. You will stand up. Like, for instance, if someone called me fat, yeah, I'm fat. I ain't gonna be like, cancel this bitch now. No, I'm like, yeah, I'm fat, dude. It's not because of the style I eat, as in, like, the choice of foods. It's actually just because I eat too much. Like, if I go out and grab, I don't know, a bag of apples, I might actually sit down and eat half of those in one sitting. If I go out and buy salad, right, I go out and get the actual head of lettuce, a little bit of cheese, a little bit of, ranch dressing, grab the stuff that I'm going to put in the salad, also that is meat-wise. I use nearly half a head to a full head of lettuce in one salad, right? It's because I eat too much, even of good things. Eating too much of it is not good for you. So with that said, I get fat off of things like that, right? But even with that said, if someone came at me and called me fat, I ain't going to be offended by it. I might laugh with you. If you're laughing at me, I actually laugh with you. Because there's absolutely nothing wrong with being fat, guys. Straight up, if I'm fat, that means I have the money to sustain myself. So if you're making fun of me for being able to sustain myself, then I don't know what's going through your head, because usually people make fun of someone for not being able to sustain themselves, also known as being called weak. But a fat person can't be presumed as weak, because that means I make the money to feed myself in this way. Therefore, I must have something that is contributing to pay for what I'm getting that I use in this way. So there's nothing wrong with being fat. Especially if you're a kid going through school and someone calls you fat, laugh with them. Like, hey man, I can afford my stuff. Nothing wrong with that. And you know what? Nothing wrong with being fat either, because, you know, if I get food, and if you are a charitable person, guess what? You could actually be sending some of that, like in cans or whatever, over to children or adults or anything of need that needs food, needs water. You could be supporting your military. You're sending that stuff off, like even through school. They have little programs sometimes in some schools, so they send around a thing and you can put non-perishable foods into it, and they send it off to the military to disperse out towards the people in active duty, right? You could actually be supporting a lot of that too, even though you're fat. So, someone calls you fat, man. Agree, take it, hold the reins like a man, and say, yeah, I can afford. Okay? Same as like, I'm not gay, okay, I love women, but if someone came up and called me gay, and let's say I was, right? I wouldn't be like, go cancel him. I'd be like, yeah, I am, man. Right? You'll be saying, yeah, and you know what? And here's who I have a crush on. Okay? I would take the reins, right? Instead of feeling down, because the only time you feel down is when you feel it is wrong. So if you're actually trying to get in conviction of someone for saying specific words, you yourself believe you're in the wrong, but you're still trying to fight to prove it's right. Right? And when you're doing that, you're already proving to the other person that you still think it's wrong. If you feel it is not wrong, that is who you are, you should stand conviction of yourself. Yes, I'm a man. Yes, I'm this, right? You're not going to be, go cancel him. Alright? So I just want to get those portrayables out of the room. Okay, if someone wants to cancel me just because I'm saying grow up, be a man, it's not what others think. It is who you are, right? It's not, oh, this man thinks I'm gay, go cancel him, remove him out of this life, right? No. If you're a man, you feel you're right. It doesn't matter what they think or how they feel. Unless they're obviously pushing themselves on you to say, hey, this is wrong, and they're literally holding a gun or a knife at you, their words mean nothing. Alright? Absolute nothing when it comes to that. If I was a lady, someone called me lesbian, hell yeah, I love Michelle. You know what? Yes, we are lovers. I wouldn't be, oh no, cancel them. Yeah, we need to cancel this dude. They called me this. Okay, no. I wouldn't. Nor should you. Be an adult. Handle it like a man, handle it like a woman. Okay? When you say woman, it's supposed to be empowering. When you say a man, it's supposed to be empowering, not deceitful. Alright? So, as a content creator, I push everyone to have equality, but also at the same time, everyone should stand up for who they are, but they shouldn't force anything on anyone. If I feel lesbian and gay is wrong, mind your own business. If you feel being straight is wrong, I mind my own business. Okay? I should not be saying, go to hell. or get canceled and vice versa, right? That should not be a thing. People get way too offended way too easily nowadays. So I would just like to leave things at be a mature adult. The next thing is, which goes off that topic a little bit, schools should not force on little children, okay, and I do mean that, if they want to be a male or female, changing the gender they were born with. If someone wants to do that later in life when they understand all the different things after they become an adult, fine. Okay? But a kid, let them be kids. I agree with the streamer who said that in the past and got banned on multiple platforms. I agree. Because of the fact, if I have a daughter or a son, I will not stand for anyone to say, do you want to be a male or a female when they're going through school? You know what they want to think? My Yu-Gi-Oh card, my Pokemon card, oh my god, the Beyblade, SpongeBob. That's what they're thinking. They're not thinking about, I was born with a dick, but I want to change that. They're not thinking that at 2, 3, 4, 5 years old. So, yes, straight up quit. Because if schools keep going in that bound direction of, we'll teach this in school, my kid's not going to school. I'll homeschool him or her. I will make sure they learn about their body, right? When they're of age. I'll go through the birds and the bees so they understand it when I feel they're ready. Okay? But I'm not going to sit there and be like, okay, Jessica, some people want to be called a man even though they have titties, okay? That's not going to be taught to my son or daughter. It is just not. Because one, at that age, they don't need to know what tits are if they're a underage minor, right? So, being with that said, they should be able to walk up and recognize a male or a female and say, hey, ma'am, or hey, sir, right? Trying to be polite. But also at the same time, they're not going to walk up to someone that is literally a female and go, hey, ma'am, and her turn around and go, my name is Mr. Okay? No. Now, they can do that to me if they want. If I walk up, hey, ma'am, they're like, I'm Mr. this. Then, okay, yes, I'll take that. Because, as an adult, I should stand in conviction of being wrong. A minor, on the other hand, they're going to make mistakes. They're going to do this or that, try to figure out how life works. But they're also not going to be born and think they should have been a different gender. Okay? Just no. So many levels, no. And then the last thing really to truly go over, and I do mean the last thing for today's stream, is going to be, how do I feel about the whole changing genders, right? I agree maybe somebody doesn't want to be the gender they are, but they also shouldn't lie to someone else. Just because you want to feel like a girl and you change your gender does not make you a girl. You were born as a man, so you should actually be telling your partner, hey, I was a man, but I got gender reassignment. This way that other man can think, okay, how do I want to go about this? They should not get lied to. Okay? Second is I joke about it all the time. Because if someone's like, what is it? It's not even the gender thing. It's the whole like, I classify as a frying pan or something like that, right? Which I get most people doing that are joking, but there's people out there that classify as different things, right? Or non-gender binary and blah blah, right? So with that being said, I will joke about it, and I'll happily admit I do, because if someone wants to say they are non-gender fluent, non-gender binary, okay, well, guess what? I'm a non-say no dildo, right? So if I can't say Mrs. or ma'am to you, you can't say no to me. Alright? Let's be honest. Yes, I'm joking when I say that. I'm not going to go tilt your blouse and, well, as far as that goes, you know what I'm talking about if you're an adult. Okay? But I'm not going to carry it on for any minors that might click onto the video, especially stream. But let's be honest, I'm not going to go do that. Okay? But at the end of the day, in honesty, everyone should be truthful, should bear some honor, reliability, and a lot of other things of character, right? That shows who they are. And when I say reliability, don't lie, right? Don't be, I'm a female, right? At a date that you're dating another guy when you had gender reassignment. Because to me, if someone came up to me like that and there was like, I'm a female, and come to find out they can't get pregnant, and then I found out because of the fact that they had gender reassignment, they weren't born a female, I'm going to be pissed. Okay? I'm going to say that straight up. I'm going to be pissed. Because if I want to get in a relationship, I want a woman. I don't want a gender reassignment. I'm not trying to be the meanest person there, but gender reassignment is a form of lying and deception to me. Now, if they come at me and they tell me the truth, I'm going to have to say no to dating them, because I do want a true woman, right? Someone who was born as a woman. And someone I can actually have kids with of my own volition, not of going out and basically getting a donation kid, right? Like, no offense, like, some people get adopted, and, you know, adoption's not a bad process. But I'm just someone who wants to try to have my own before I adopt. Now, if I have to adopt, that's a different story. I will, because I do, unfortunately, later on, do want a kid of my own. Okay? But I want to start off where I can actually try to have my own before I adopt. And gender reassignment is straight into adoption, because I'm not going to be able to have and bear my own kid. Right? When I say bear, like, you know, the woman bears the kid after a certain act and you have a kid. Okay? That can't happen with gender reassignment. Alright? So I do want to try to have my own kid before I have to adopt. Now, again, for people that do gender reassignment, there's people out there that will take you in. Okay? That don't mind to go straight for an adoption and go through, like, some love with you and you love them back. I'm not saying that's wrong on, like, the highest degree. I'm just saying some people that do that are wrong to a highest degree. And the reason I'm saying some people that do that is they lie and deceive. They will straight up say they were a woman at birth, they can bear children, and then when the dude finally finds out the other way, it's a bit dissettling, right? So there is some distinction there of what I'm trying to make. And again, I'm not saying everyone's completely wrong. Everyone has the right to be who they want to be, choose their own paths, but I'm just saying don't lie while doing it, right? Be truthful. Because honesty can go a long way with a lot of people. Alright? And that's the reason I'm saying, like, when people do their non-binary, like, whatever, like, non-gender fluent or or whatever is why I make my joke, right? One, it's to try to lighten the mood, but also at the same time to show, like, I feel like in a way that's a little crazy, so I'm being a little crazy. Because let's face at the end of the day, right? You can say what you want to be, but you are going against our Father's ruling. Yes, you have the right to make your own decisions and choices. He gave you that. But he also gave you the gender you were, a male or a female, right? He above made you that. And then now what you've done is like, well, Father, you gave me the top and the bottom, but I don't want to be this. Chop it off, okay? Scrutinizing what he gave you to change. So not only did you turn your back on that, some people are deceitful to other people about it. No, it's kind of wrong in my book. I feel like whatever you were born with is kind of the way you should be rolling. I'm not going to say, like, you should go to hell for changing it, but I'm just saying you did kind of stab him in the back, and you're also kind of lying sometimes. Some of you are to the partner you're with. And that, to me, is just so wrong, okay? I was born as a man, so I'm going to stay as a man because I love my Father above, right? That's just how that is. So I hope you guys can understand my viewpoints, because I'm not going to force myself onto you and say that you should be canceled because you believe differently. And that's the whole cancel culture aspect, is to, oh, you don't believe in our views? Cancel it, right? I'm not going down that route. Everyone has a right to choose to be who they want to be and do that type of stuff. The only two things I disagree with that I will literally say is completely wrong. Alright? One, it's child predators. I'm sorry, but you mess with my daughter, the police is finding your body somewhere in the woods. Lifeless. Okay? Or my son, same thing, lifeless. Because that's massively wrong. I don't care how messed up your mind has to think. That's fucked up. Alright? Next is going to be cancel culture forcing a belief. Because you're canceling us because we don't believe what you want. So you don't believe what we want. But you must be so far in the right that you can cancel someone. That's not cool, man. That's nowhere near cool. If I don't believe in the same things you do, I should be able to live my life perfectly. You don't believe I don't believe in the same way you do. You should be able to live your life perfectly. Because it shouldn't matter what I or you think, right? We were raised one way. You were raised another way. We went through a certain aspect of life. You went through a different one, possibly some of the same, right? Maybe some of the things might cross paths and be the same as others change. But everyone is who they are by the paths they walked through. So with that being said, everyone that feels the same way you do probably walked through the same paths. Everyone that faces the same I feel walked through the same path as me. So, with that said, we're both right. None of us are wrong. Except for in one aspect. I should not force my beliefs onto you, and you should not force your beliefs onto me. Right? This world and planet that we live on is huge. Alright? You can walk literally to the south 1,000 steps. I can walk north to 1,000 steps. And we won't see each other face to face anymore. Alright? So if you're thinking of pulling a gun or a knife on someone just because of what? Some things they say, I'll have to say you're needing to go back to school because, one, you're dumb. Two, you have some more maturing to do. And three, you could also be a pussy. And I will say that openly. Because, again, walk any different direction. Now, yeah, they might try to follow you, but there's things you can do. Walk kind of closer to a police station, and if they keep following you, you can literally find an officer and be like, hey, that person's following me and stalking me, which is then going to get them removed out of your life immediately, so they're no longer bothering you, and keep walking. Two, maybe when you walk away, it diffuses the situation. They walk a different way. They might try to call you a pussy because you're not standing your ground, but a pussy has to swing his fists because he feels like there's nothing other to do than defend himself, even in a situation he doesn't have to. Okay? It is actually a manly thing to do and to show you have a bigger set of balls and titties than the other person that you're talking to, or I should say arguing with, if you just be quiet, shut the fuck up, and walk the fuck away. Because that shows whatever they're doing is not getting to you. You're like, yes, okay, have a good day. Walk the other way. Okay? Because, one, that shows, hey, whatever they're saying is not working. They're going to have to try to resort to actions to try to get you to do something that you don't want to do. And in doing so, that, one, already gets them landed in jail. Two, if they don't swing and they're sitting there trying to call you names, that says that you're actually getting to them and not the other way around. So, yeah. Walk the fuck away. Alright? Again, a man is not scared of something. They feel like they're in the right. They feel everything is fine. They're not swinging. They're walking. They'll turn their back and walk. That's a man. Yeah, how many times I got called the pussy, but you know what? It didn't really bother me. It actually just made me laugh when I got home. Like, bruh, you think that actually hurts me because I have a bigger set than you? You're not getting to me. I'm not going to let you get to me. Right? I can't even name their names. I never even memorized them for the fact of they never got to me. Okay? And that could be the same for everyone that watches this. Turn and walk away. Prove your set, no matter where it is, lower section or the chest, is bigger by just walking away. They want to laugh at you. Just means you're getting to them. Shrug it off. Smile. Walk away. Find something fun you love to do. Let your life go good, not bad. Okay? And for bullying in school, the biggest reason most people bully is, again, they're having some shit go on in their life, and they need something to try to get it off. And reactions is another. That is actually not a lie when parents say that. Do you know how many times I've literally stopped someone from trying to bully me in school and resort to violence to try to, like, overpower me just because when they tried to laugh at me, you know what I did? I laughed back. They didn't know what the fuck to do. It pissed them off because they couldn't hurt me, which couldn't make them feel good. So they tried to swing on me and fight, right? So you do got to watch out for that because some people will. Duck, avoid, you know, don't have to interaction unless you really have to, right? See, I boxed, kickboxed, done a little bit of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, sorry guys. I've done a little bit of that, so I know a little bit of MMA. So whenever someone like that came up, I would be able to dodge and avoid, and seek out a teacher, while basically making sure I'm keeping at their pace, right? And every fight, you're going to get hit. It's not a matter of you're not going to get hit, it's when you are. Because you are. Okay? You got to learn how to handle and absorb the blow. And for me, I'm very good at toleration. So if I got hit, it really didn't hurt as much, and I was able to still focus and concentrate on what I was doing. A good fighter doesn't black out, because if you black out, you're not thinking. You're swinging, you carefree of what's going on around you, and a good fighter going against somebody who blacks out is going to be able to get hit a couple times, dodge most of the swings that's being swung, and fight back. Alright? Because now that they can think and you're just all out brawling, they got the advantage because they can think tactically. Ooh, let's duck at this wall. There goes your fist into a wall. Let's duck at that one. Other fist into another wall. That's already creating damage to the person that is trying to be the assaultee, because instead of having to swing to hurt him, you're causing him to hurt himself, which over time is going to slow them down. And then because they're all up wasting all their energy and you're just ducking every now and then, letting a couple land on you and blocking some of them, you're not expending out a lot of energy. So now his energy goes out, so he's going to tire out and become slower. Then where are you? You got your energy, you saved up, use it. Alright? And that's what I'm saying. Blacking out, not good in fights. Just think smart. But again, you know, try to make it to someone that can help before you have to rely on defending yourself. Now, if they're blocking you, there's no actually getting by because they're in a doorway, fight back. Defend yourself. But if you're able to walk away from anything, walk away from it. A bigger man can walk away and do not feel hurt compared to someone who gets hurt and has to swing. Because the lesser of the two is going to swing. But apart from that, guys, hope you guys liked and enjoyed the video. I know it wasn't much of actual play style, but yeah, I just wanted to go over this and some other stuff in life that needed to be going over too. And don't forget to smash the like, subscribe button if you haven't yet. Until next time, stay awesome and peace.